find another file that references them.
I started recording you, Chad. Um,
So did you hear that?
yes, I was trying to see like, yeah, do I need to add this to some sort of entry point?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find anything like that.
I'm taking a look.
There's another crazy idea.
So there's also a directory, a top level directory called. So these are all under danger, and yours is under danger too.
It is under danger. Yes. Let me check out this branch.
Danger startup CSS. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Do we know if there's a way to run this locally, or is
There
the
is. I don't know. I know that
yeah.
there is.
There is let's see, rake danger.
Yeah, there's a danger rake task.
Yeah, so if you do bin rake danger underscore local. However, I imagine you'd probably need to explicitly set this as a local rake task somewhere. But this is going to be reading from like the MR title, so I don't think it's going to work. We'd have to stub out those things.
And maybe that's okay. Maybe we can just stub them out real fast and see if it's even picking it up.
So the plugin that you've import danger files. So I found, like, if you look at the top level danger file, you can see how it includes that line 5, that GitLab danger files, which is a gem. And in there you could see there's import plugins and import danger files, which I click through to, and
What was the run local thing?
If you do bin/rake and then new word danger underscore local.
Okay. Bin/rake danger local.
I can't see where you're typing.
I'm sorry. I'm typing all the way down here, and it's probably really small.
It's Zoom's like toolbar getting in the way, which is annoying.
Does this help?
No, it's fine. I can see it now. It's gone away. Yeah, so that should run it. The local tasks anyway.
Run it. See what happens. Do you have to specify one as a local task? Is that a?
Yeah, let me have a quick look. Let's see where that's defined.
It's taking some time. I've noticed, like, if I run left hook, it'll run danger locally. Is that what this is doing?
Probably, yes.
Oh, only the following danger rules. How does it know that those danger rules could be?
So if you go to tooling/danger/project helper.
What?
That's the list there. So if you add presumably the name of your, what have you called it? Startup CSS.
Yes, let's add that and see what happens. Like that. And it should blow up because it's like trying to do MR twice, right?
Presumably, yeah.
Here's the other crazy idea. The idea is if we make a change to a startup CSS file, we want to run both jobs, the as-if FOSS job and the other job. Rather than danger, we could try to solve this from the CI perspective.
Yeah.
Which I tried to do originally, but failed.
So I don't think you can have this one run locally, first of all, because it has to be run in the context of an MR because there's no title to modify, right?
Right. I'm just trying to see if it's even picking this thing up or like even just running at all right now. I don't know. But then I'd like to also see if the all changed files works. I don't know if that is working. I don't know if that is that just changed files. Does it also include added files? I clearly don't know what I'm doing.
I think at the very least
I-
we should add in some logging to see if we're even in this file, and then maybe log has startup CSS changes and just let the pipeline run on that.
Yeah, it looks like we are in the file, which is cool. So that's working.
Oh, oh, right here. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So
It
I'm
wasn't
here,
there.
and I am in. So I'm gonna say start up CSS danger file, enter. We've got changes.
So the all changed files, like, I think that's only going to work in the context of an MR. I don't know what it does, if it does local git or it has to compare some ref to another ref, right?
I'm going to guess it's going to do like a get changed files since merge base. So we might need to be on a branch.
Oh,
Click
that's
through to
what
it
I
and
want.
see what it does.
Oh, no, I didn't find it. Oh, no, I can't find it. I bet it's in our gem. Yeah, Chad is.
It is, yeah.
Chad's one-upping me on his IDE game.
Just click through to it.
I'm
TM.
trying to click, Chad's not doing anything. Yeah.
Should
I'm
we all
looking for it.
upgrade to Ruby Mine?
I'm gonna try to. I'm
gonna go with yes if you want to be as productive as you can be while writing Ruby.
This is
Or
good.
JavaScript, I would say. or
I'm
any
not gonna
other,
say with JavaScript. I can click through JavaScript. Don't.
as you could be.
Don't start dissing my JavaScript environment. I'm joking.
So I'm trying to look for it. The all change files.
The other thing I've done too when working on danger files is that if you don't want to run it locally, you can just edit the pipeline to only run the danger job, and then at least the pipeline is pretty quick because you still have to push in between to test. But if we can't
you
get it
can
working
run the
locally,
pipeline
we
to
can
only
do that.
run danger. The pipeline can only run danger. Oh,
Yeah, you just have to edit the GitLab YAML.
Oh, let's do it. That's a great idea. I guess what my
GitLab-
concern is about how long this would all take. So how would I do that? Where you mean?
Yeah, the GitLab CI file is huge. It's not broken out into multiple things, so I have no idea.
I can't remember how I did it, but yeah, I did it once before and it's changed since then, but there's a way to do it. I think you can basically just, yeah, I can't quite remember.
I probably could.
Just get rid of all the includes or something.
Yeah. I'm liking this approach.
So it does look like there's a local implementation for that all changed files under the
Really?
covers. Like it knows that it can run locally.
Oh, I just can't find it.
And what does it do, Chad?
It recursively does diff for file, which is danger file get plugin, which is added files. I just saw a reference to local.
Does it include removed and added files?
Added files and modified files. Yeah.
So it includes all this stuff. Okay, that's great. So yeah, I guess we should try this out. And I guess probably the issue maybe was I wasn't adding this to the right entry point. Maybe I need to put in a CI only rules or something. Is that I wasn't adding it? Is that the issue?
Yeah.
That's true. There is feature flag there in CI only rules.
Okay, let me just add this then. That's probably all I need to do.
But I think you can add it. Do you want to run it locally all the time? Maybe.
I mean, that would. I don't know. The if we were gonna run it locally, it would look different. We would need to just somehow double check that both files have changed. Or I don't know. I really don't know. Because the main output of this rule is we want to warn, or not warn, we want to actually change the MR title to run both jobs when one is changing.
Right. So the question is that all changed files used in any other one that is a local rule? If the answer is yes, then
Let's check that
you
out.
should be able to as well.
Okay, that's a good question. Let's try that. So here's the rules, all changed files. Duplicate yarn is, whoa. So maybe the all changed files has a different implementation if it's a merge request or local.
Yeah, it does. I just confirmed that.
Oh, you rock,
That's what I
Chad.
said.
I'm sorry if I didn't understand that.
What is so the tooling danger is the thing that danger project helper is what has that.
The tooling and helpers.
Like that has the list of for each one. This array you're looking at on the right, that's tooling danger project helper.
Yes. I think we could have it run in both because look, here's a little thing that's saying like helper, are we in CI? So we could do just a warning if we're not in CI, like we'll do a warning if we're not in CI or something. Saying, hey, make sure you've looked at both. Do you want to do that? So
I like it because this is going to be run by left hook pre-push, right? So
Yep. Let's do it. Okay. So this is all if we are in CI. This whole updating the file, and I can do if helper.ci.
Yeah.
Else we just warn. That's a thing. I can just warn like this.
Karma. So yes, Karma at least is in local rules and it uses all changed files, and others do as well. So seems like you should be able to have this one as well.
Cool. Yeah, I just saw that in duplicate yarn dependencies too, and so I'm kind of using how they do something a little different in CI versus otherwise, and that's I think going to be really sweet. So I'm adding it to both.
Yeah. So it finds the merge base and looks for changes basically. And on the CI, it does it via the API.
Right. Wait, do I need to add this to both, or do I just add it to? Is CI rules a superset of?
Yeah, CI only rules suggests it's not quite like that, right? Like where is that used? CI only rules.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah.
Right. Only.
Yes. So rule names. If we're in CI, we're gonna run local and CI only. I was about to add it twice. Thank you. Okay. Totally right. I'm just going to add it to local rules because we can run it locally, which is great. If we're in CI, we do this thing, warn. That's the way the news goes. Okay. We'll see what happens.
Is that a Rick and Morty reference?
You bet it is. I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty. I've been having it on while I'm like waiting for RSpec and stuff. So it kind of helps my productivity watching something while I wait for things to load. It's better than me getting distracted off doing something else. Anyways, I want to change a file so we can actually see if we've got here. So let me open up a style sheets startup thing.
I think you may need to commit it. Like it's actually doing like a ref log and a git diff against the identified merge base. So.
Okay.
So yeah, you want to be in a branch as well, presumably, not just
you want to be in a
master.
branch and have a change committed on the branch.
Okay, let's try it out. So you want me to commit this one, right?
To a new branch, yeah.
Oh, I am to a new.
So you are in a branch, right?
Yeah, of course, because this is the MR branch. Yeah.
Just not on master. That's what we're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. Change startup CSS to trigger danger.
Don't you already have that commit on there? Didn't I already see it? one?
I didn't pull it down. I'm just doing a new one.
Okay.
I know. I'm lazy. That was me using the web ID to do that. I don't trust the web ID. I'm joking. I do. Okay. So I'm gonna run this locally.
Worst thing about it is it doesn't have a collapsible sidebar.
I couldn't agree more with you, Chad. that was Chad's first thing that was that the first deliverable task that you were working on in GitLab? Yeah. And it still doesn't have one. Chad quickly learned all of the obstacles in our code base, specifically with the ID and merge reviews. That's the way the new goes. All right. So this is working. That's great. I just didn't add it to this thing, man. I knew there'd be some sort of entry point. Okay, that's great. So now we just think of an actual warning for this, right?
So in CI, what it's going to be doing is actually modifying the MR title if it doesn't already have the necessary flag in it, and also trigger a new pipeline run.
Yes, and this is copied from, and maybe we want to abstract that while we're here, but this is copied from the feature flag one, which I'm assuming works. So that's an assumption. Do we want to abstract this, or are we cool with duplicating it?
Twice is fine, in my opinion, for now, but let's get it working first, right?
Sounds good to me. So I have added it to here. That's the only change here. And here's the danger file. I'm going to get rid of my puts. This is working. And you're adding or removing a feature flag. Oh, wait, that message is bad. You are changing startup CSS files. The MR title needs to include run as a box. We may have updated automatically for you to ensure everything is covered. That's beautiful. That's copied over. Okay, an actual warning. You are changing startup CSS files. Please make sure to update and check both CE and EE.
Yep. One thing to put on your to-do list, maybe, whenever I do things like this, I also like to add the implementation of this file itself to the list of changed files, because then if you don't have it exactly right, and you change this file to do something different to fix a bug, you also want it to make sure that it runs. I don't know if that's true in this case, but
this danger file?
Yeah, exactly. Like if there's a file that says check some other files, but then there's a bug in the logic to check the other files, you want to be able to commit a change to that file and then have it start doing the right thing, because then you're like, oh, I have to make another branch to do this other thing and do other stuff. I don't know if that's a pattern for these, but something to think about.
That would be interesting. I don't know if that, so like, if this failed, that's a good point. I don't know.
But the fact that you can run it locally, I think, eliminates the need for that.
Okay.
So coming back to the warning at the bottom there, please make sure you update and check both CE and EE. Well, if you do push with these changes, you've made changes to startup CSS and you do push, this very danger file is then going to modify your MR to make sure that FOSS run as if FOSS is done. Yeah. So in a sense, there's nothing to do, right? For the committer.
I don't know. I'd like to keep them on their toes. Maybe, and that's a good point. Because the reason why I'd rather have this like multi-leveled like make sure we're having oversight here is because these API updates could fail. And then we wouldn't be able to hold their hand. And so I don't know.
Why is that outer? Why is that an else? Oh, that's an else for line 6. Okay, never mind. You can also write specs for these. There's specs tooling.
Oh man, don't
Danger.
don't make me nervous. Do you think this is good to push? Do you want to see what it does on CI? Or should I update this at all?
Have we made it only run danger in CI?
I was thinking of just canceling jobs. I was gonna let it try to do its thing, and I was just gonna cancel jobs. Like if you cancel the fixtures and stuff, then the main test won't run. Danger always runs pretty right away, pretty quickly. You know?
Fair enough.
You know, maybe, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Wait for danger to run, then cancel the pipeline. All right. I am gonna push this as a fix up to this one. Okay, let me go ahead and also rebase.
Could you bring the code up in one of those windows just to look at while you're doing this?
This one? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. I am going to double check because I'm about to do a force push. I'm going to double check that nothing's been pushed here by anybody. Yep. What do you all think of me sneaking in another change in this MR?
What change are you thinking?
Ooh, so glad you asked, Nathan. So I saw elsewhere in our one of our shell scripts, I saw us do this interesting thing, which is like, oh, this looks like a multi-line string. That's great. But it like automatically trims all white space and like it doesn't look good when it outputs. So I have a stash to just use echoes here instead. Do you think that would be a good thing to do in its own MR, or would you shimmy it into here? Do you think it's small enough to?
I guess personally, I'd do it in a different MR, but
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm also fine with.
I think it makes a lot of sense, Nathan. Thanks for keeping me honest, man. All right, here we go. We have Danger lives here. I guess, I suppose we could do we don't have to do the else with the warn. We could just warn before we even hit to the if. Like maybe we just always warn.
Does the warn get printed in the MR that block that danger does?
I think it does. That would be nice.
It would be kind of nice for them to know, because I remember when the feature flag one started, everyone was asking in Slack like, why did my MR title get changed? Well, because that feature flag one doesn't let you know, I don't think.
Now that we're talking about it, I wonder if. Oh yeah, we're not even. Oh yeah, you're right. All right, I'm gonna do this. If you are on an MR, we will try to do it for you. The ominous we. The bot referring to itself in the multiple pronoun is All right. Danger is doing its thing.
Say they. That would be even more ominous. They'll
You're
do
right.
it for you.
They'll do it for you. I'm totally going to. So we'll try to do this. It's a yeah, you didn't. That's interesting. Anyways, all right. This is taking a little longer than I was hoping. Probably because we're running all these other jobs. Let me cancel some jobs.
I think canceling other jobs affects the speed of like the danger one.
This is
No.
I think this is pure like taking snake oil placebo pills.
You're saving like 0.003 cents there.
Well,
Public.
no,
We all
a
have
full pipeline is like $8 or something like that, or $15, something like
Gosh,
that.
are you serious?
Yeah, with the aspect test. So canceling the early ones, which would make the later ones also get cancelled, we're saving real cash there.
It's real.
I'm wondering if do we like rate limit on like per account? Like if you only have one job running, will it run it faster than if you have 80 jobs running? I doubt it, but
I have noticed GitLab CI is really fast, not on the GitLab project. Like I'm always impressed with I push and like if I'm using pages, it's like it deploys like almost immediately. I like that we've separated our heavy build runners, like our heavy project, from the rest of GitLab.com because it's the rest of GitLab.com seems pretty nice.
Yeah, you can. I think it's just based off of your runner pools, and you can assign different things to different pools. So whatever you have in a pool, that will use.
This. Oh, did I cancel? Oh no! How did I cancel this thing? What? Oh.
Just rerun that one.
But I didn't cancel it. I canceled one of its. How did I cancel? I didn't. What? I'm sorry, guys.
I think you should just let it run.
I should have. I know, Jeff. I know. I was really trying to optimize. I'm rerunning the pipeline. Sorry about that.
So is our time collectively now worth more than $8 that we've wasted?
Yep.
Keep everything in perspective, even perspective.
I was trying to save the company $8, but I ended up spending $8 more trying to. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's how I spent a good part of 2020 making the www.gitlab.com pipeline faster. Basically, that was the summer of 2020 for me.
Summer of 2020. That's it's a big deal. Ours has gotten a little. I've noticed sometimes ours finishes sooner than I would think it would.
You can see like 2019, there were periods where it got to like 30 minutes, and they would like chiseled it down, and I got it under 10 right before they disbanded that and put me on the editor team. But now it's like creeping back up for some unknown reason, because I tried hard for months to get the right metrics, but
yeah,
I never got them. So I don't know why it's speeding up again or slowing down again.
Yeah.
I don't have the metrics for the individual job times, and apparently they're really, really hard to get, so I never got them.
We I've seen some charts for our pipeline jobs.
Yeah, I've got charts, but like to know why it's slowing down, I need to know on an individual job level which ones are getting slower. Like the whole thing is getting slower, I know. I just don't know why.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. I've seen individual job charts.
They may have the data for the main one, but not for www.
Yes. Yep, and that makes sense. The This reminds me, I haven't checked out our Jest speed reporter in a while for measuring the speed of our Jest tests. This will be fun. There's so much to do at GitLab. If we ever have a pairing session where like, I'm not sure what to do, remind me that this thing exists. And there's always things to do.
I see some of my tests on there. I should probably check those out.
There's a lot of IDE tests on here. So yeah. If it's slow, it just means you're testing something important.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, is this thing still doing it? Oh, it succeeded. What? Yes. All right. DangerBot changed the title. I think we're in.
Nice.
Did it trigger a new pipeline?
Oh, let's see. That's a good question. I'm gonna refresh that. I'm gonna say no. I don't think it
Well,
does it
it
need to
may-
trigger a new pipeline, or does it?
It
Will
does, because I think
Okay.
the pipeline takes the MR title. Well, I don't know actually. Maybe I don't know when.
I don't think so. Like it's unless you explicitly do that, it's not going to because there wasn't a new commit.
Yeah. And we could. Oh wait, it's doing both jobs.
So, but if you go to the danger file for the startup CSS, the API post, that one, yeah, it's posting to pipelines, the pipelines API, which I think starts a new pipeline, or at least it's a request to start a new pipeline. Let's have a look at that.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. What do you think?
Where's
So if
the
you-
startup CSS one? Is it under?
Danger/startup CSS/danger file.
Why don't I see that? Okay.
So if you post, according to this, if you post, which I think is what the script is doing, it's posting to project/id/pipeline. Oh no, it's not though.
What? What's the one that you copied from? Like this is yours, right? Startup CSS.
Yes, the feature flag.
Okay, that's what I was trying to remember. I wanted to see that one.
I have a crazy idea. Maybe we don't need to start a new pipeline because maybe we can just fail danger. We can update it, but then fail it and say, we updated this for you, but you need to restart the pipeline because we ran this and we noticed you didn't have this in the title.
But you can do it. Like the feature flag one does it.
But maybe it doesn't do it. I don't know.
It does. I'm looking at it. That's what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But maybe it's not working. Like maybe the feature. That's where I copied this from, but it didn't work in our case.
You have the pipeline post in yours at the bottom.
Yes.
Can I suggest that you actually execute that post yourself in curl or something like that and see what it does?
Yeah, you're gonna ask me to share my secrets. I think I'll have to be out. I'll try it out though. I'm gonna try it on a different terminal. Let's see if I can do that.
I wonder if clicking the run pipeline button does exactly that API request.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me curl this. How do you make a post request in curl?
-x post, I think.
-x.
Yeah, post capitals. I don't know if it needs to be capitals actually, but
some memory is telling me it does not need to be capitals. API v4. That's how it works, right?
yeah. And then it's
oh gosh, this is sorry about
that. In the chat, I've posted the path you want. Oh, it's just that, but yeah, exactly.
So we are at merge request. Oh, what merge request is this? We are at this merge request. Part of me thinks the safest thing to do would be to fail the pipeline. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's not the safest thing to do. Do I want to do the ID or the whole?
So you can actually, I learned the other day, you can do just project paths. So if you do GitLab-org, but then %2f for slash, and then GitLab. There you go. That should work. Yeah. Okay.
Is it because of the post? How do I?
Yeah, I might have gotten that
Do
wrong.
you need data in your post? Or no, it's just a post with no
I don't
data.
know.
Yeah, there's no.
It is big X, big post. Maybe that's why it was bad. It didn't have to be a big post. All right, man. All right, it's unauthorized as we'd expect. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Let me. Oh, do we have? We don't have any in 1Password, do we? We don't have like the bots token, do we? We don't do that anymore.
We did for a while, but I don't know if we do that anymore. You could also generate a new project token, I suppose, from the project.
Okay, I was kind of hoping somebody else might have left their.
I'll send you one.
No, don't. I got it, man.
I trust you, Paul. You're a very trustworthy guy.
Oh man, you put me on the spot. Something's
Do
happening.
you trust any of us though?
If something happens, Chad, you're gonna be like, "Hey,
I just had to rotate mine.
Remember that token you gave me, or that token I gave you?" Well, yeah. This is how it goes down. You know, a friend of yours is like, "Hey, I've got this suitcase. I trust you. Can you hold on to it for me?"
Now, could you use that token to create another token?
I don't think so.
That's oh no. You're very nice.
Slack.
All right, I got it on Slack. I'm still not sharing my screen, but I need to add. What's the what is the
X something?
Yeah.
As in to add the header.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, how do I add the header? Is that a...
So what you want to do, it's _ header and then quotes private -token : and then your token.
Okay. I can share my screen for a second because I've cleared it out. Boom, boom. Although part of me wonders if Zoom is always looking at my screen. _ header.
And then in quotes, and then it's basically a header format of private -token : and then your token.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing just in case.
I mean, since this is recorded, I'm totally gonna regenerate my token.
Yeah, and that's a safe thing to do too. Yeah, I would do that as well.
I just did it yesterday because it expired.
Oh, good idea. It is it's hanging. It's really hanging. And maybe that's what's happened. Maybe we're not waiting for it. Oh, it worked.
No, it did do something.
Yeah, if it doesn't wait, then there's a possible race condition because the MR title might not be updated if that API call that you're doing to update the title doesn't block.
Oh yeah, so that worked. So I kind of wonder because
and the triggerer is Chad, interestingly. So that's good.
Chad, I don't know if I would label you as a triggerer. I'm joking.
I'm triggering for some people, I'm sure.
So I feel more comfortable with failing in CI if this does not exist on the MR title. I want to, we'll update it, but I want it to fail. Like, You
You
know?
want people to know that this is a strong reason to look carefully at their MR and run a pipeline specifically for this.
Yeah, otherwise it's gonna break FOSS. And like that's the thing, is it is going to break. That's what's been happening, is it'll break the FOSS build. So I would like to let's do the update, but we will fail on saying if you are updating startup CSS, your MR has to include this. The powers have tried to do it for you. The end. And we don't create a new pipeline. We let the user figure that out.
Are you mostly just worried that the process to trigger a new pipeline won't work, and then
Yes, and then it all still passed, and it looks like it's good to go. That would be the concern, because there is some race conditions here. But also, here's the other thing: if we run as if FOSS, if I've only changed EE and we run as if FOSS, it's gonna fail anyways because I haven't updated the CE one.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think failing. Let's just fail. Let's just
Yeah, I
do
think
that.
it's fine. But I just had a thought. Maybe you can't run this locally because there's no idea of an MR title locally.
Right, and so that's what we've done. I agree. So that's why we're wrapping this and here, and we're just doing a warning, like if we're changing startup CSS, please make sure to update both.
Okay.
But what we'll do here is if the titles. Oh, but this is
so that will run locally. Okay.
Yes, but here if the titles are different, we're going to throw an error. So the warning is always going to be there, but here if the titles are different, we're going to throw an error. Right? And how do you do that?
I would put the error at the very end, and so it's not printed out.
Okay.
If this thing blows up for any reason.
That's a good idea.
So kill. You don't need 24 anymore. We're not doing that.
24. Oh yes.
Yeah, just do it here.
Do the whole thing again. Or maybe we
changes time.
Yeah, maybe we could do it here.
I mean, you could do guard clauses, right? You could just do a guard clause on 14, and then you don't have to.
Do you mean rather than doing the 3 lines, just do it in 1 line?
Here you could say return unless new MR title, right? And then just have the rest of it.
Oh, you're right, because we don't need that. Yeah, unless
clause.
New MR title does not equal helper.mr title. Like that? Nothing to update.
I mean, and I would take out the double negative. I would say if equal. If double equal.
Return
Yeah.
if new MR
double
title.
equal. And then you don't need the check on 17.
And I don't, yes. Or this
There you
one,
go.
right? Or even this thing. Oh, yes.
Correct. Yep.
Or even this thing.
There you go.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah, I
That.
was gonna mention the triple nested conditionals before, but I was it messed with your flow.
I know. I'm glad you brought it up. This is so much better. How do I blow things up in Danger? I feel like Danger would be really good at this.
Surely you just write danger, right? That would be the way to do it, I'd have thought. But no, I bet it's not. It's probably error or die or
If I
something
do
like that.
error, and I'm gonna look for Danger. Nope, not error. Die. Maybe I'm not including all the Danger files here. Oh, did Nathan have to hop up? Which one does actually blow up?
I see fail other places.
Fail?
Fail, of course, the other trigger
I mean,
word.
fail is just an alias for raise, but it's more semantically like it's not a real exception. It's a
Okay.
control flow exception.
Right. I was trying to think, where does this fail? I was like, oh, it fails on commit messages for sure. Does it have to be self.fail, you think? Is that a thing?
No, just fail.
Okay.
I see a self.fail. I have no idea why that would be there.
Okay, I don't know. Cool.
I think
So
that
we're
would
gonna
be
fail
unnecessary.
with the message. Startup, help me out. So, when updating startup CSS files, it is required to check both CE and EE. The MR title must have run as if FOSS. We've tried to do this for you.
Let's change line 6. Like this. Instead of a pronoun, can we say this danger check?
This danger check.
Yeah. And the same thing at the bottom instead of we've.
Maybe we should think of a
name for it.
proper name for danger.
Call
Is
it
it danger? Bob? Danger Bob tried to do this for you. Danger has tried to do this for you. I'm just gonna call it danger. I like being really silly. That's fine. All right. I'm gonna try this again. Are we cool with that?
Absolutely. Have you changed startup CSS files in this MR?
Yes. Which is what caused the original run. I'm canceling all the pipelines, and I'm gonna undo my title. We could try the positive case. Oh no, I don't want to retry.
Yeah, that makes. As soon as you do it, I have another thought.
Oh gosh,
Back
I
at the
get
code.
so click happy sometimes. Do we want to remove the run as a FOSS here, or do you want to try the happy path or the blow up path?
Can we look at the code real quick? I think there's a problem, maybe. So, really, the title check should be, you shouldn't do the warn unless the,
do we want to just do the warn?
like, you don't want to say the warn if the title's already changed, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to do this just locally. So we'll do it, oh my gosh, I have no idea what happened there. We want to just do this. Oh, and we could do a return early kind of thing too. But what do you think of just warning locally when I'm running my left hook things?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I like that. I think that should work.
And I would say on line 21, make sure to update, like, instead of to update, I would say add run as if FOSS to the MR title.
Should the fail message and the warn message be the same? Like, is there any reason?
I think when updating startup CSS files, make sure to update and check both CE and EE. The MR title must have run as if FOSS. I'm just going to leave it like
that. You've got haste instead of have.
Thank you.
So the to update is to update what? Right? That's, we can wordsmith it later, but I would just
I feel you.
delete it for now. Just say to check.
Yep, I love
There
it.
you go.
I think the brevity is
update what? You told me to update something. I don't know what.
Update CE.
It's required to update.
It is required to update. That sounds like the message I received about Jamstack. All right, let me commit this. Okay. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and do the I won't rebase. I'll just push it. It'll automatically make it a draft. That's one of my least favorite. I can't wait. I know it's going to be solved, and I can't wait for it to be solved in GitLab.com. When you push a fix up commit, it won't automatically put it as draft. That'll be pretty sweet. Right now, it automatically puts it as draft, and it gets a little annoying.
What would be really sweet is actually if you pushed fix up commits and they, as part of the push. Oh no, that would ruin things actually. No, never mind. I was going to say as part of the push, it auto squashes it.
I think you can do that. Maybe you add like a push option to it to do that. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, but then you'd need to pull immediately afterwards to.
But if that's what you're wanting to do, like maybe it's easier to just do all that. I don't know. So we're going to test the happy path. We have this already. Let me mark as ready. So this comes at a good time because I woke up this morning to FOSS breaking because of this, which is unfortunate. So this is going to be really sweet. I'm glad that we're able to get this in. While the pipeline is running, it might be. Do you think it'd be interesting to share the extractor stuff that you and I ran into, and then we ran into again, Mark?
Can you say that again? I didn't quite understand.
So since this thing launched, it's failed a couple of times, as kind of expected. But since it launched, there's a couple of things that are hardening it quite significantly so that it should be safe, or at least a lot stronger and less fragile. And one significant change has to do with the startup CSS, the HTML extractor. I don't know where it went. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Natalia merged it earlier today, right? What was that? No, that was something else.
Simon did.
Yeah, Simon.
But previously, I'll just open it up over here. Previously, we just used, and you left a really good question, do we even need this? Previously, we just used this extractor, which takes a file and it's just going to look for words, which are this combination of characters, dashes, lowercase word letters, and exclamation marks. This was a gross oversight on my part, where clearly more words than are needed are there, which I thought, well, that's negligible, that'd be fine. But also, it's non-deterministic what words can be there. And one of them was like, we have a nonce that gets generated in our fixtures, and it included some characters. Like sometimes it would just include the letter P, and it meant we're going to include the paragraph tag, and that was what was failing things.
Yeah.
So that was really disappointing, but this is the solution. We probably don't need this. I just left it in here, but I don't know.
Yeah, as long as it's not like the union of those two things.
Yes, and it is not.
Okay. And
I left it in there because we could, like, we can just throw view file. We could throw whatever files we want to this thing. And I wanted to leave that intact if we wanted to. But I don't know. I really don't know. So this has been wildly helpful because I clearly did no idea what I was doing. I'm so glad we were all able to collaborate on it at implementation time. I think the result is a very nice developer experience, and is going to help solve issues. I've got to hop off in 1 minute.
Is it gonna do it in 1 minute? I doubt it.
We'll see. So we expect this one to pass, which would be really sweet. If it always fails, that would be bad.
It would pass because the MR title has run as if FOSS.
Yes. The other crazy idea that I had was, I'd like to know what you think of this. The other crazy idea that I had was, what if, so these CI jobs have rules, meaning they only run under certain changes, or other kind of conditions. So what if when we ran for this one, the startup CSS check as a FOSS, we're using this default front-end jobs. But what if we added to the condition, and let me show it to you what that condition looks like. What if we created a new condition or something and added to it, like here, we're saying run these as if FOSS jobs. If we have the as if in the title, if we have run all, if we're just on a regular merge request, only run it on these changes. And so since we're all just concerned about changes, what if we said only run it on the CI pattern or like the startup changes? You know what I'm saying? Like what if we had it changes CI pattern plus startup changes or something, you know?
Wouldn't you also need to do it on CSS changes?
So this is
No.
just the as if FOSS job, just the as if FOSS one.
Ah,
So it is a two-step, like, you know what I mean?
yeah. So you probably need to extend this job with that additional change because you don't want to run all the front end jobs.
Yes,
In
yes,
that
it would
case.
be just this one. But here's the challenge, and here's one of the reasons why this had to get reverted earlier. Earlier, we had specific rules for these jobs, but the rule for this one was too lenient, was more lenient than its requirement. Its requirement, this one follows the same rule. This RSpec front end fixtures as if FOSS thing.
Right.
So if we do it, we'd have to keep an eye out for like the parents of what their rule set is. And but it would be sweet, like it'd be all baked into CI, like we wouldn't have to do this whole danger thing. But I think danger is a nice solution for right now. This would definitely complicate what's already pretty complicated.
Yeah. Still, how'd that go? It failed. Oh no, for a wrong reason.
The other failure. But I'm gonna treat it as that pass. So yeah, I've got to hop off. I'm gonna try it both ways. I'll ping you all that hopped on this MR, and then hopefully we can get it merged and figured out. So
good stuff. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Mark.
Awesome.
Thank you, Yannick, for hopping on, and everyone else that had to hop off. I'll catch you all later. Bye.
Sweet. Have a good one. Bye.